everyone. Well, today I'm going to explain about teaching listening. Well, before I explain that, for the first time I would like to explain about listening. Well, what is listening? Listening is one of skill in English. Listening is the ability to accept and also predict the information in the communication process. To get a correct information, we have to exercise our listening skill. Because without listening skill, the information that we get will be misunderstanding. Well, what is teaching listening? Teaching listening is the process of learning that the teacher gives the exercise with the audio to the students. Teaching listening can help the student to improve their listening skill. Other than that, teaching listening can make students have the opportunity to learn and know a new vocabulary.
In the previous video, my friend Dian already tell you the definition of listening and also teaching listening. And now I will tell you why teaching listening is important. But before that, let me tell you the difference between hearing and listening. Maybe some of you think that hearing and listening are the same, but in fact, hearing and listening are different. According to Klein, 1996, hearing and listening are different. Hearing is the reception of sound, while listening is the attachment of meaning to the sound. Although both hearing and listening involve sound perception, the difference in terms reflects a degree of intention. And now I will tell you why teaching listening is important. As a teacher should know that listening plays an important role in communication in people's daily life. According to Mendelssohn, 1994, of the total time spent on communicating, listening takes up 40 until 50%, speaking 25 until 30%, reading 11 until 16%, and writing about 9%. As we know that all children are born with the ability to hear, right? Children first listen and they start to speak. They speak before they read, and finally writing comes after reading. That is, among all the other language skills, listening is the first one to appear. From my point of view, listening has an important role not only in daily life, but also in classroom setting. Most people think that being able to write and speak in a second language means that they know the language. However, if they do not have the efficient listening skills, it is not possible to communicate effectively. That is, listening is the basic skills in language learning, and over 50% of the time that students spend functioning in a foreign language will be devoted to listening. And now, this is the importance of listening in language classroom. As follow, the first one is listening is vital in the language classroom because it provides input for the learner. Without understanding input at the right level, any learning simply cannot begin. The second one is spoken language provides a means of interaction for the learner because learners must interact to achieve understanding. Access to speakers of the language is essential. Moreover, learners' failure to understand the language they hear is an impediment, not an obstacle to interaction and learning. And the third one is authentic spoken language presents a challenge for the learner to understand language as native speaker actually use it. And the last is listening exercises provide teachers with a means for drawing learners' attention to new forms like vocabulary, grammar, new interaction patterns in the language. Okay, that's all from me, and for the next presentation will be continued by my friend Chening.
Hello everyone. Now I'm gonna tell you about the way to teach listening. First, to teach listening, the teacher should know about the principle of listening. According to James Harmer on his book How to Teach English 2007, there are 6 principles of listening. 2 of them are encourage the student to listen as much as possible and encourage the student to respond the context of the listening, not just a language. Because of that, the teacher should find the effective and the appropriate strategy to teach listening in the classroom. The strategy that we'll use might not just make the student listen the word, but it must encourage the student to understand the context of listening or what they heard. How to teach listening and what kind of strategy that can we use? So there are 7 strategies to teach listening. The first strategy is model good listening strategies. Model good listening strategies require the student to pay attention with teacher instruction. The strategies encourage the student look at the speaker and listen what they say. For the example of this is Simon Says game. The teacher will point one student as the speaker or as the Simon that will stay in front of the classroom. Then give short instruction to student, then following whatever the speaker said. This method can improve student listening skill with fun way. The second one is jigsaw listening. The strategies the teacher can divide the student into 3 groups. The student in each group will listen from the 3 different tapes which are actually about the same thing. For example, one audio will about reports of an accident or crime, and another type will talk about a police conversation in meeting, and another tab will talk about the different news stories which explain by strange event. After listening the audio, the student have to arrange all of the facts by comparing notes with other group to find out what actually happened and guess the situation of the topic. Jigsaw listening is a good way to improve listening skill because the strategy can give the student the purpose or goal that make the student more focused and listen carefully what the tapes are saying. The third strategy is partner conversation. The strategies encourage students to work in a pair. The teacher can give the student instruction to work in pair and give them about one discussion topic. Each student will have a chance to be speaker or the listener. When the speaker is finished speaking, another student will have repeat the main point of what the speaker said and give the compliment. This strategy is a good way to listening skill because the strategy beside require students listen about the topic, they also will have a think, pair, and share, so they will can absorb and sharing about the discussion topic that they heard. The fourth one is a message taking. This strategy, the teacher will give the audio about a phone message. The student will listen the phone message that given. After that, teacher will give instruction to write down message or the point message from the audio. For example, the recorded message about opinion about a film. And then the teacher also can give the student recorded about announcement in the airport or railway station, which might they can listen the response of passenger and another speaker. And next is stories. Telling stories is another way to teach listening. In this strategy, the teacher gives a short with a picture and a short story with a picture and audio. Then the teacher will let the student listen carefully about the story. but not tell the story in the end, because the teacher should give the student chance to guess what happened in the next of the story. Maybe the teacher can give a question, for example, what they will do in the next or what will happen in the next. For the next strategies is music and sound effect. Music can be a fun way to teach listening for the students. The teacher can give the audio of one kind of music with the blanks of song lyrics. The students should fill the blanks of the song lyric correctly. The strategy must be make students pay attention because music can change the atmosphere of the class to be fun. In the end, the teacher can ask the student to describing the song or the plain message of the song that they heard. The last strategy is audio and video. The strategy, the teacher can give the student video without sound. The teacher gives student video about story. Then, the teacher lets student to guess the characters and what they are saying. They also should guess the conversation of the video. The visual and video can help the student feel the conversation and guess what actually happened. The teacher can play the extract with sound or play it again without sound. Okay everyone, that's all about teach listening. I hope you can understand about the material and improve our knowledge about teach listening in the classroom. Thanks for your attention and see you.